So LEGO Star Wars has had a very big LEGO Star Wars minifigure problem for the past decade or so, and come 2023, it's more prevalent than ever. Let's talk about it, guys. So welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars video. Today I have another quick discussion I want to talk about. This actually involves a couple other themed LEGO leaks that have happened so far this year, but it all kind of comes back into LEGO Star Wars and why I think LEGO Star Wars does have this particular problem. So this is something that's been going on for the past 5 years or so, if not even 10 years. This was actually debunked. The reasoning that LEGO gave was actually debunked back in 2021. And now come 2022 and 2023, this issue is even more glaring, I feel. So this all revolved around, and this entire video kind of stemmed from the fact of, I saw this leak today of the new Batman 1992 Polybag 30653. This is literally just going to be a $4.99 Polybag with a minifigure and 40 Lego parts. So very good deal at that point. You see it at checkout at Walmart or Target. You go in there and look, the average consumer, again, all the kids that LEGO is marketing to so much, it's a kid's toy. A $4.99 Polybag is very easy. 9 times out of 10, asking their parents for a Polybag is going to work a lot more than a $20 battle pack or anything like that. So this all stemmed from this leak, guys. And I think, this year and last year, we've seen even more LEGO Polybags with minifigures. We've seen the Doctor Strange Polybag. We saw a Harry Potter one earlier this year. We have had some Minecraft ones in the past. And this all stems from the fact of, why is this not happening for LEGO Star Wars? So, real quick, guys, a video that I highly actually recommend watching, after this video, of course, to kind of truly see where this conversation is and basically where the theories are and basically what's been debunked and what hasn't been debunked, is definitely go check out Ryan's video from, again, in 2021. He made a very good detailed breakdown as to the fact of, LEGO can do this. So before you guys do go down below and comment, oh, LEGO can't sell minifigures and polybags, they can't sell minifigures separately, they can't do CMFs, go watch that video, afterwards and just kind of truly get the full, statement regarding that. So here's a couple things, guys, and kind of my side of everything is, again, the CMF series is one thing. That's kind of a whole topic for a different, video, I guess. I'll probably talk about that at some other point. But regarding these polybags here, which I think for really anyone at the end of the day, a polybag is basically the exact same value, of course, as a CMF. They're the exact same retail price these days. $5, you either get a polybag or a CMF series. So fundamentally for us, asking LEGO is virtually the same thing either way, whether it's a polybag or an actual CMF series. But, minifigures in polybags for Star Wars has not happened basically ever. They're not doing them for retail these days. They're not coming out every single year like these other themes are. And, basically the history on LEGO Star Wars minifigure polybags, not counting some of the May 4th ones, those are all, kind of separate, their own category. Those are strictly promos. But some of the other scenarios we've had are pretty much all the ones that Toys R Us, kind of stocked throughout the years, starting in 2015 all the way through 2018. Most of the time, basically all those were originally promos, for, spending, $35 or $50 or $75 on LEGO Star Wars that, Toys R Us would just give you, separately. They would just, give you it for free. But the thing is, after that promo was over, after that, little 2 or 3 day stretch, all these Toys R Us had thousands of them, man. I mean, these Toys R Us had, genuinely per location, it seemed like at some points, hundreds, 200, 300, 400, they would be able to sell them to you, for $5.99 each. And, that's a minifigure and a polybag that's selling a minifigure separately. And a lot of those didn't even have any extra parts. So, I mean, it was literally just a bagged up minifigure and a polybag. It's not even like a polybag like this one where, you could argue, look, it's actually a little set. It's a little set. You can actually do something. You have 40 extra pieces. And the thing is, so that was one case, okay, where they've already done it. Fast forward to 2020, they had the Kenobi, the 20th anniversary Kenobi polybag, which, again, was initially a promo. That's one thing. That's fine. It's free. That's what they advertised that product as. That's fine. But then come September 2020, they were actually selling them on Lego.com, which I think at that point, polybags were $3.99. It was either $3.99 or $4.99, and you could literally buy like 50 at a time, man, because I did it myself. I remember exactly where I was at, man. I was out at my brother's house at the time, and, I saw a post about it on Instagram. I bought 50 of them right away. They came in within a couple days, and I know a lot of other people did that. So at that point, guys, if it was a licensing thing, with Hasbro, which again, has been debunked, that's not the case. If that was the case, though, if there was any sort of like legal reasons why LEGO can't be doing minifigures and polybags or CMFs, selling them separately, why would LEGO have done that? That's just not possible, because in both sentiments, it's one thing where maybe if Toys R Us, that happened for maybe one of them, maybe the initial C-3PO from Force Awakens in 2015, Toys R Us was selling them separately, Lego found out after a month or two, and then Lego put the kibosh on it. Lego said to Toys R Us, look, you can't do this. But that happened for the next 3 years after that. So, Lego's retailers, are just as much, at fault, as Lego themselves. Lego can't allow their retailers to do stuff that Lego isn't allowed to do. Like, that's not how the law works. And come 2020, with the Obi-Wan polybag, even if they had an extra 5,000, say, man, and they probably had a lot, because, a lot of people were buying 50 at a time. You're telling me that profit right there, say they came up on, $25,000 of, revenue at that point, and then, say they took home, 20,000 of it. Like, that right there is barely even enough, if not even enough. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know exactly how much this stuff costs, but, I would assume, man, risking, for a billion-dollar company, to make an extra 20, 25 racks and risk, lawsuits and legal troubles is just fundamentally not worth it. So they can clearly do it. And again, go watch Ryan's video. They can 100% do, LEGO Star Wars minifigures in polybags, in foil bags, in CMFs. They can do them in magnets. They can do them in accessory packs. All those different avenues of getting us minifigures easier for a, cheaper price technically is possible. And again, some people have argued the fact of, 4 polybags of $5 each is the same value as a $20 battle pack. And I get that. If they're doing the exact same, figures, if they're doing the exact same 501st clones in polybags and 501st, then at that point, sure, buy the 501st battle pack, but you would assume at this point they'd be doing some one-off minifigures, in polybags if they were doing it. So, 2 last points on this too. Some people are going to bring up the fact, it's a Disney licensing fee. They charge too much. They can't make profit at that point. Tell that to the Doctor Strange polybag, which it's Marvel owned by Disney. It's the exact same thing there. Marvel stuff and Star Wars stuff at the end of the day, those share the exact same stuff, everything around, the licensing fees, the exact same kind of just, literally, they're almost the exact same theme at the end of the day. Like, they really, truly are, because they're both owned by Disney, they're both under the exact same umbrella, and they both have that extra added hype, and, they have army buildable characters in there, where, they do a lot more stuff catering towards Marvel, it feels like, exactly like that Doctor Strange polybag, but they don't do it for, Star Wars, so that's not a thing. And even then, at the end of the day, man, it would be a hard pill to swallow. There would be a lot of people kind of hating on it, kind of being like, why are they doing it? Trying to get an extra buck out of us. But I can be on the boat confidently, and I feel like a lot of us would be after a couple months or so of doing it, after, 1 or 2 waves of it. If Lego really truly had to raise the prices of a LEGO Star Wars CMF or a LEGO Star Wars polybag with a minifigure in there, an extra $1 just to cover any sort of licensing fees for that, unit right there, it would be a hard pill to swallow, but I think all of us would accept it. It would still be a fine deal. It would still work at the end of the day. And I'm even surprised they don't do that. They really have truly no excuses at this point. And another thing too, last thing for my, kind of my points here is the fact of, some people have brought up, Lego wants to make sure they're available for everyone. They don't just want army builders and scalpers and resellers to come in and buy them all. At the end of the day, I've never really understood this reasoning behind anything regarding a company, especially, a company that sells product, where it doesn't matter who buys the polybag at the end of the day to Lego. It really, truly doesn't, man. If I go in there and buy 50 of them, or if a random reseller off Facebook Marketplace goes in there and buys 5,000 of them, like, every single unit that Lego sells, they make a set amount of profit margin for said unit. So if they sell 5,000, even if it's to, Jimmy that's going to resell them all for $10, or if they sell them to me, which is going to, keep majority of them, probably even give some away, it doesn't matter who buys them, they're still making that profit. So even if they were to make like a small batch of like 10,000 at the start, and genuinely at that point, they're going to go, if it's a clone trooper, man, they're going to sell out instantly, dude. Within like weeks, man, they're gone. Everyone, man. And it's just the truth of it. Everyone that has the money, understandably, it's their own money. It's a free market. Everyone can go buy whatever they want, or going to go buy, 20, 30, 50. They're going to go clear out Walmarts and everything. And then once Lego, Lego, made that money then, Lego made that money. They made that profit margin off there. Why would Lego be angry then to have to say, oh, damn, we got to make another 10,000 and, make another, multiple $1,000 profit margin. Oh, we got to make another 10. Like, that's just not the truth of it. Like, why would Lego not want to have to make product that is actually going to sell through fast for them and return their money, bring them back capital, bring them back profit even quicker? So at the end of the day, guys, this is kind of my thoughts. I can truly tell you, and I think we all know this, I think there's no beating around the bush. Lego Star Wars, they know what they can do and what they can't do to still make us, you know, buy everything we do, you know, still make the money they do, you know, keep us relatively happy, you know, give us, you know, a gem every now and then, you know, give us a good idea, you know, here and there. But it's clear to me, man, and I think it should be clear to everyone, that LEGO Star Wars is purposely not doing so much stuff just to do that, because they know they're still going to make the money doing stuff half-assed. You know, not to say they won't make more money if they do the stuff we, you know, want them to do, but I think they're perfectly comfortable knowing that, again, they got us in a rock and a hard spot. You know what I mean? We're going to buy everything still because it's just what we like. You know, voting with your wallet only goes so far, man. Like, when it just, truthfully, if you can't ever buy anything because you don't want to support the company, I mean, that's a far reach, man. Because, again, as much as I still don't like a lot of stuff that LEGO Star Wars does, I hate to say it, I still like buying all of it, you know? So, you know, again, I can openly admit, you know, I'm part of the own problem that I'm even, you know, talking about in this video, and a lot of us are. It's just the truth of it. But, so there's all my thoughts for today, guys. You know, what do you guys think? You know, does LEGO Star Wars truly have a minifigure polybag problem or not? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, guys. Let's start discussion, and I'm doing that live stream tonight, too. You know, if you guys are watching this live Saturday, May 6th, I'm doing a live stream in a couple hours from now. We're doing some LEGO Star Wars trivia, and there will be some giveaway prizes for the top winners. So I'll see you guys all then. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. Bye, guys, and stay safe.